Hey guys, so I'm going to make a quick video while my daughter's sleeping about the pros and cons to moving to Florida and why we chose Davenport. So I'm gonna get straight to it. All right, let's start with the cons because I want to end this where you're still motivated to move to Florida because I don't want to discourage you. There's so many videos that are saying stop, don't move here. Like I think that's just because the population is growing so rapidly, and I'm telling you they're building left and right. All right, so let's start. Cons. I'm going to have to start with the electric. So I'm looking down because I'm going to quickly log in so that I can tell you what our electric bill is. Again, we're from upstate New York. If you're familiar, we're in the outskirts of Rochester, so Greece, New York. We had a 5-bedroom house, 5-bedroom, 3-bath there. Well, 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath there. No in-ground pool, no spa, and our bill was about $250 for 10 people. My husband and I together have 8 kids. I have 4 daughters. He has 3 daughters and a son, and then obviously our youngest is our baby together. Anyways, not important right now. Pros and cons. So electric bill over there was about $250 for 10 of us. Over here, it's just my 4 daughters and I right now at the moment, just because my husband is finishing out his term with the police department. So until then, I just want you to know, again, this is for 5 people, my 4 daughters and myself, and this is a 5-bedroom, 3 full bath. It has an in-ground pool and a spa. Here's the bills. We closed on the house April 15th. We moved May 1st. Our first bill was June 20th. Looking down again because I'm going to tell you what we were billed. So from May to June, it was $522.21. Our July bill came in at $567.56, and our August bill came in at $286.65. The only reason the August bill was that low is because I went to New York to visit family, and I ended up staying for about 2.5 weeks. So we were only here for about 2 weeks. That's why it's that low, which is sad to say. So number one con, electric bill. That's something that through our extensive research on moving to Florida, we were not informed about the electric. I don't think I've ever came across someone talking about electric. Or maybe I did, and I just maybe didn't think too much of it. Maybe they didn't get in depth as far as like why it's a huge con. But for me, it's a con. And again, I don't even have my pool on the recommended hours for it to run. Our pool cleaners recommend 6 hours, but I don't need my pool to be that hot. Honestly, I like that cooling off feeling when you jump in a pool opposed to it being warm when it's 90 95 degrees out. Like I need to cool down, and so do the girls. So I don't mind it being 4 hours instead of the 6 hours running. So that's my number one con, is the electric bill. Number 2 con, and I did see this in every video, and I'm gonna tell you again just so that you can mentally prepare for it. And maybe if you mentally prepare, it's not gonna be as frustrating. Hopefully. So number 2 con is the traffic. The traffic in Florida is insane, like absolutely insane. It frustrates me still, and I'm trying to, like, I knew coming into this, like I knew when we were moving, like, okay, traffic is crazy. So getting used to that. That's my second con. My third con, I'm gonna have to put schools up there. Again, I did my research with the schools because we do have 4 kiddos, and actually my stepson's moving, so we're gonna have 5 that will be in school. My little one's technically not gonna be in school for a little bit. She's only 17 months, but I have a high schooler who is in Davenport High, and then I have my 2 others are in, right now they're in Bridge Prep Academy, and I'll make a video on why I chose Bridge Prep Academy. It is a new school, which kind of just happened to be amazing, I guess, at the thought of signing them up for a school that had availability, and that was, initially it's a charter school. So, we'll do another video as far as Bridge Prep and why I chose Bridge Prep and the pros and cons of that. In case you are moving to Davenport, So yeah, schools. You're gonna see that in many videos because we did, and I'm telling you, we watch videos. Like we watch, not just for the housing market, because we were selling and moving, and honestly, we bought this house sight unseen. And when I say it just was God sent, it was God sent because the market is still insane. Like, okay, so today is September 9th. Let's just start there. September 9th, I hope to upload this by tonight or tomorrow, but the market is still insane, right? So we obviously are, we thought about our options, but we wanted to make a profit in New York when we sold that house and use it towards whatever house we got here. We kind of trusted our realtor who was assigned by our VA because there was a benefit to using a VA realtor. So she was amazing in the sense of, helping us and kind of like just we're bouncing around with like areas and houses. So poor her, she had to drive around for us and like, but anyways, we signed for a house and oh my God, I am so glad we had those 3 days to get out of it because we were catfished, guys. Like we seriously, the house was falling apart. Like it looked so pretty in pictures, like so pretty. It was like move-in ready. It literally was like move-in ready. It looked super clean. It needed upgrades, but whatever. We're kind of expecting the upgrades. And then for the price, our price range when we initially started looking into Florida was around $350 for a 5-bedroom. Obviously, with the market going as crazy as it did, we ended up at $550. Where we wanted to stay at, like, to get what we wanted was $550. So again, we flew out here because we signed for the house. We docu-signed. We got the house. We, everything was going. And we had those 3 days. So my husband and I said, you know what? It was weird, but we were like, let's just fly out and check it out. We did, and thank God we did, guys, because it was horrible. Like cabinets were falling apart. It was completely disgusting. I don't even know. Listen, the photographer did an amazing job. Let's just say that. It was the photographer because that house was not, it was bad. Anyways, so were we hesitant to, put in another offer and buy a house sight unseen? Yes. But with us having the baby at that time, flying back and forth to New York and then my husband working full time and then our business, it was not feasible for us to keep flying back and forth every time we liked a house and, won a bid because it was a bidding war. So I know I'm completely off subject. I'm sorry, but let me just move forward. Okay, so we'll get into that. I promise. Okay, electric, traffic, schools, and then the bugs. The little lizards does not bother me. They're so cute. I don't, I've actually had one jump on me and it was a little, but they're cute. Wasn't that bad. We have these cute birds. Let me see if I forgot. They're called like sand. I would tell you exactly what they're called. Oh my God. Okay, whatever. There's these huge birds. They almost look like flamingos, but they're brown, and some have like the redheads. They're kind of like just hang out in your neighborhoods, which is so cute to me anyways. I enjoy seeing them. The kids enjoy seeing them. They don't bother you. They just kind of walk around and do their own thing. So that's pretty cool. Again, for me, I enjoy that. If it bothers you, if you don't like birds, I don't know what to tell you. There's birds everywhere. These are pretty cool. Okay, so what I'm talking about is the love bugs. Like the love bugs are so disgusting, guys. Like so disgusting. They don't bite, they don't sting, so you don't have to worry about your pets or your kiddos or yourself. Like they're not even, you know what, I take that back. They're not even disgusting. They're just annoying. Like I opened my garage the other day for the first time. We've been here since May. I've seen them and I've heard of the love bug season. I didn't do research as to like what season exactly they're going to be here because I've been swamped in getting the girls ready for school and, getting the house up to par. So I didn't do my research on when the love bug season is, but When I tell you I opened my garage and they were just everywhere, it's just obnoxious. Like I was trying to work out and then that was a no-go. So love bug season, you're gonna hate. And you know, I've heard that if you run into, like with your car, if you run into them and you don't wash your car off right away, they'll peel your paint. Again, do your own research on that. To me, not a big deal. I'll just wash my car. If it were to happen, I'm not too concerned about that because my pros for living in Florida outweighs the cons. So those are my cons for Florida so far. Again, I've only been here since May. So 5 months. Today is September 9th. I've been here 5 months. So far, so good. Those are my cons. Get ready for the electric bill. Get ready for traffic. And prepare for your school. Oh, also, guys, I am fortunate enough right now to be a stay-home mom. And for the time being, so I'm fortunate enough to, you know, be able to drive my kids to school, stay at home and not have to worry about daycare. But recently, it was an option, something that I thought about doing because we don't know what the economy is going to look like. So I was like, hey, you know, maybe I should start looking into work just to have some, you know, extra income coming in for a rainy day, like save up for a rainy day. But let me tell you guys, daycares are full. The good ones are full, and I'm telling you, they're pricey. So I've looked in Davenport, Kissimmee, and Winter Garden, and the reason I chose, you know, I started looking into those 3 areas were only because I've had interviews with management property companies in those areas, and I thought it'd be best if I drop the girls off, drop my baby off, and leave her close to me. Have her close to me, I should say. So again, daycares. If you're moving down here and you're transferring your job or you're looking to find a job, start looking into jobs now. I don't feel like you're gonna have a problem with that, but again, that's my personal opinion. I've been fine. Like, I've been looking at jobs within the last like 2 to 3 weeks and had no problem getting them to give me a call back and interviews set up, so on and so forth. I did choose not to take the positions only because like I said, between traffic and gas and taking my daughters to school and daycare, it doesn't make sense for me right now. But if you're going to transfer your job and you know you're moving down here, please do yourself a favor and put yourself on as many waiting lists as possible. Again, that's up to you. I would do my research on what daycares and kind of, I looked at reviews, I looked at prices, I looked at how far it was from, you know, where I would be working, and that's how I choose. And they range from $250. So my daughter's 17 months, and for her it was between $250, and then Winter Garden went up to like $357, I believe, a week. So, you know, pricey. But when it comes to your kids, you know, depending on your financial position and all that, like, that's for you to choose. But again, they're all full. So when I called, I want to say 90% of them said they had no availability till like next year, and that is for her group. So again, that is for her age group, 17 months. So depending on, you know, your child's age, that's something you want to do. I suggest looking into daycares now. Put yourself on a waiting list as soon as possible. So for the pros, sorry, I know we're about 15 minutes in. Pros, weather. Obviously, if you're moving down here, you know the weather is beautiful. I love it. I love the heat. Yes, there's the muggy days and it gets, you know, a little bit sticky. And there's the days where you go out with your nice hair and you forget your umbrella in the car, and all of a sudden it is downpouring and you're like, oh, I'll just wait a couple more minutes in the store, and it doesn't really stop. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it's like for a minute, but it's the weather. It's Florida. Like, you can stay in the store. Like, I tried before, and, you know, 30 minutes later it's still downpouring, so you have no choice but to get soaked getting into your car. Sucks, but it is what it is. Like, I knew that, so it's not a con to me. But for those of you that don't want to wet your hair, for you ladies that don't want to wet your hair, or, you know, I hate to say this, but if you're on your way to work and you forget your umbrella, you're pretty much like just keep an eye on the weather. Before you go out, always have an umbrella in your car or in your purse, ladies. For you guys, I don't know how you feel about that. My husband has dropped me off in the front and then parked the car and came in running, so obviously it doesn't bother him. But you know, to each its own. Weather's a little right now. Moved in May. It was beautiful. Can't really complain. The rain did come and go. I know there's seasons. Again, there's the whole season thing. But for me, since I've been here, it's not a seasonal thing. Like I've seen May, June, July, August, and now September. Just yesterday yesterday I made a video on Bridge Prep Academy that I'll be uploading. And I couldn't even finish it because it was downpouring, it was thundering, it was lightning. It was so bad that by the time I was trying to show you guys like the process of picking them up from Bridge Prep, and it was just, the weather was just insane. Like could not even finish the video. But hopefully today when I pick them up, I'll go ahead and do that second part to that video. But again, the weather is amazing. Endless amount of things to do. We are in Davenport, so we are literally in the center of, like, we can go an hour this way, an hour that way. I don't know if that scares you when I say an hour. To me, I don't mind. Of course, depending on the time, like if we're going to a beach, we try to go, like, depending on, again, it depends on your schedule, your work schedule, all that. But because we are fortunate enough to have that availability, to just kind of wing it and do what we want when we want. When the kids weren't in school, we would try to go when it's least busy, like when traffic is least busy. So around 11 o'clock, we try to head out. But like I said, up to you. That just prepare for traffic. But we chose Davenport. We're kind of in the middle of everything. We loved that idea because we didn't necessarily want to be in the heart of a city. I like being in the outskirts, even though it's growing rapidly. There's people moving from everywhere. I still love it. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world right now. This is just, again, a 5-month update. Maybe I'll do, one again in like another, in a year mark, and let you guys know pros and cons and how schools and traffic and everything is going from there. But for right now, I love that I can drive literally like any direction and hit different beaches. And again, the endless amount of opportunity of things to do for your kids, for your spouse, like the date nights. I can't wait till my husband is here full time because I'm so excited. We love to go out, not necessarily like so much to clubs. Like those days are kind of behind us. We'll go, but it's kind of behind us. We're more like, a bar that we could vibe with or out to eat. But that's the thing. Like in New York, I felt like it was all just bars, clubs, or dinner. Like we want to do different things, like fun, hands-on activities. Like here, there's just so much. And when we visited, I want to say every year for the past like 3 to 4 years, we've been visiting every year, and we try to come in the hottest months, which is August, just so that we can kind of see what we're getting into. We thought of it like, hey, if we could deal with it, then it's not that bad, which we could deal with it. We survived. It's September. August was not that bad. It was not that bad. Honestly, like, it is what it is. It's hot. I like not being, not forcing the kids to, wear a hat, gloves, scarf, boots, socks that go higher so the snow doesn't go in. I don't regret. I don't regret moving to Florida. So, okay. Again, pros is the weather, the endless amount of activities and things to do for families. Business owners, listen. We have businesses. We are excited. We are so thrilled, even with the economy, and again, that's why I said, like, it was just an idea of going back to a 9-to-5, but when it really set in, like going back to that, what I would call like the rat wheel, like if it's not worth it, it's not. I'm just going to stay home with the baby until my husband comes down, and we're going to get into our business, and I'll make videos on, the different kind of businesses we've had in the past and still do have, and what we plan on doing with that here in Florida. But again, for those of you that are contractors, things of that nature, there is so many people. Like, do not get scared when I tell you, like, the cleaning companies, I can drive 10 feet and I'll see a cleaning van every, either cleaning or pool. Like, that can be a pro and a con for those of you moving. For, you know, if you're moving here, it's going to be a pro and a con where you're looking to hire, because obviously there is so many that you don't know if you're getting. You could only look at the reviews, and then obviously we did that when we got our pool resurfaced, and that was a nightmare, but it turned out great. But the actual process of that was a nightmare. The contractors, we were blessed. We were so blessed to have my husband find a contractor through a friend of his that he served in the Marine Corps with, that recommended a contractor that he worked with. So and I will give you his information because absolutely phenomenal. We trust him. Very clean, very, you know, just super professional. We did hire other contractors for other jobs in the house, and they were okay, but there's, you know, things to that. So I'll make a video of contractors that we've used for literally just about everything, between just everything from the house. So I'll make a video on that. But if you're looking to own a business here, do not be scared. Like, that's one of the biggest things. Like, when I see people complaining about houses being built, again, the only thing that scares me about that is the traffic, because who wants to be in more traffic? Like, more people, more traffic. That's my biggest issue right now, the thought of that. But when I see more people, I think business is going to be booming for everyone, and everyone, you know, why not? Like, there's more money to be made for everyone. So if you're an independent contractor, like a painter, you work on houses, whatever it may be, roofing, it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. Like, there's so many houses, so many people. Like, Florida is booming, so you're gonna be fine. If you guys have anything that I didn't, obviously there's so many pros and so many pros, so many cons. I don't want to hyphenate like the so many when it comes to cons, because there's not that many cons, but pros and cons, they're little big, but those are my biggest major pros and cons. I will be showing you prices at like the Publix and Walmart so that you can see the difference, but that's kind of all over. So I think you kind of already know that, hey, expect to spend a little more. Like, Florida was known for, at least, like, again, we're from upstate New York, so when we picked Florida, it was supposed to be cheaper. Our money was supposed to stretch further. We ended up closing at $525, so our mortgage went up. The electricity bill went up. Again, I'm not excited about that. Electricity bill went up. Everything kind of went up. As you know, gas went up everywhere. Right now, I think I just texted my husband yesterday. Gas for regular is like $3.19, and then for diesel, which is huge because I know in New York it's almost like $6. It's four something. Again, don't quote me. I will look at it again today, but I know regular was $3.19. I know because I filled my tank. And I was pretty excited to see $60 and not $90. And I know when my husband gets down here full time, he's going to be excited. Instead of seeing 120, 130, it should be, you know, a lot less. And hopefully gas goes down everywhere. But for right now, September 9th, guys, September 9th, like, gas is decent. So, I know I said I was going to make this sweet and simple, and it ended up being about a 25-minute video. I will go in depth as far as everything that I touched subject on today. I will go in depth into each and every one of those. So if you have any questions, if you're looking to move to Davenport, I will show you around. Our area, we live in West Haven. So if you guys are looking for homes, we live in West Haven. Again, it's a community here in Davenport. It's a gated community. I know they have new builds coming. They look beautiful so far. So also a con, guys, look into the HOA, because even though we looked into it, we knew what we were going to be paying. If you've never lived in an HOA community, it is going to be a rude awakening. And sorry guys, HOA communities, if you've never lived in it, it's going to be a rude awakening, because I can't stand having to apply to change out a bush in my front yard or whatever it may be. I'll get into that. The HOAs, I'll touch base on all that. But I hope this video helped you guys. Like I said, my husband and I watched videos after videos after videos for about 2 to 3 months when the market was booming and we wanted to catch the APRs while they were still low. So we did hours of watching videos. I hope this helped in any way. September 9th, just so that you guys, you know, hopefully if you're looking to move now, this helps you guys make your decision. But I absolutely love it. I don't regret it so far, and I don't see me regretting it ever. I don't want to go back to the snow. So again, I'll touch base on everything. Thank you guys for watching.